Good afternoon, welcome back to Dumfries Ice Bowl for draw 4 of the 2017 Scottish Curling Tour. Joining me again for this game is John Graham. Afternoon, John.
Good afternoon, here again.
Well fed and watered.
Yes, excellent, quite pleasant. So where were Jameson versus, I pronounce Pucher, is it, or Paucher?
I think we'll just confirm that later on.
Right, okay.
I think we went with Puger earlier on, but I'm not entirely sure we're right. So,
is this the one that you're trying to work out who had got the hammer, David, or not?
yeah, it is, and I'm not convinced we've got it right on screen, but we'll see how we progress. The hammer's done by the previous game's last stone draw, but both teams have exactly the same last stone draw. But the Welsh team actually have the better overall record, so I'm presuming that they had the hammer, but we may or may not be right on that presumption, so we'll keep an eye on that.
I was actually trying to find out what the position was or that, but I've not seen any paperwork. David, have you had any success in that respect? Oh, and at that, David hands me a piece of paper that's got lots of different numbers on it. We've discussed this before, and the rankings are that in section 1 it says here Bryce 1, Pucher 2, Jameson 3, Blair 4 and Morton 5. And in section 2 we've got Taylor 1, Hare 2, McNay 3, 4th is Gallagher and 5th is Hermanges. So, and then what we've got is that in the top of each section goes forward to semi-finals, and then the second and third from each section play the quarter-finals. So this game here between Jameson and Pucher is very important for them. Jameson having just about a runaway win against Bryce in the last game there.
Yeah, last night, yeah. And then they had their bye this morning, didn't they? So. Yeah, Jameson sitting top of the section, played 2-1-2. Welsh team really needing a win here.
Right, have they?
Played 3, lost 2. So,
well, as we've seen before, and that if you don't read the ice right, you can actually give your opposition some great opportunities. David has been allowed to get his iPad again.
Retrieved from the kids. This end descending into a little bit of a game of skittles.
We'll show you the other games up on the screen shortly, and keep you up to breast with what else is happening.
Might get a roll in behind the guard here. He's just gone too far. It's not a bad effort for a hit and roll though, is it?
Aye, good.
Maybe tempted to draw into that. Exactly where that stone was called for. Well played.
And just an explanation for people watching this section that haven't watched the other sessions. The reason why you can't see the bottom of the ring there is purely because the camera is situated above a door, and because of the positioning of it, it's just cutting off that back section of the ring. We do apologise for that, and we will try and sort it for the other games that we televise at future weekends. However, we have got another camera fixed up and sorted, which we'll be able to use to give a different perspective from time to time. Dependent on whether or not it actually works. Anyway, getting back to the game in question, as David said there, it's a game of skittles. Both teams are feeling their way around the ice there and not wanting to give up any number of shots here. So be interesting to see whether or not we end up with a blank end.
I think that's where we're heading anyway at the moment.
As every curler will know, while this appears easy, all they're doing is hitting the stone out. It's not as easy to actually do it the way the skip's wanting.
This looks a wee touch on the high side, and still going higher. Yeah, it's a bad miss.
Just really what we said before, wasn't it? That you can actually give the advantage to your opposition just by one mistake, one miss. So where we were looking at a blank end before, we're potentially looking at a 2 now. Coming in a bit hot, is it not, David?
Yeah, I think so. He's got a wee bit of backing though, so it should be okay. Maybe not.
Wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, Welsh boys will be quite happy forcing a 1 in the first, really.
Oh, aye. Sweeper's working hard there. We'll maybe try and watch some of the deliveries and just see. Of course, that stone must have been just travelling very slowly up the ice. So we'll just watch and just see. The sweepers do such a lot in the game of curling. It's perhaps not appreciated, just their participation. They produce effort, by really, first of all, pressing down on the head of the brush, so the head of the brush is in hard contact with the ice, and then they produce motion using the other hand, so that they sweep across the face of the playing surface of the stone. It's somewhere about 6 inches in old money wide, and in doing so they just melt the ice in front of the stone, and they allow the stone they minimise the friction on the ice. They don't make it go any faster. This action can allow the stone to go a wee bit straighter and just a wee bit further, but it's all based upon the initial momentum that's generated by the player. A lot of these teams, even junior teams now, placing a great emphasis on fitness and upper body fitness, so that they've got the strength in their upper body to produce this effort when they're sweeping. So the guard, having been moved across or out of the way, Jameson looking possibly for a double here. No, it's hitting it on the left hand side and going out. So Booker electing to get another stone away from the centre. He's got the hammer, so if there's plenty of distance between these two stones, minimises the opportunity for the opposition to get both of them out. So he'll be wanting to just stop somewhere in the 12-foot ring, the green ring on the left hand side there. Just emphasising to the sweepers where he would like it, trying to prevail upon them to just give that wee bit more effort, but also, as you see, to take the brushes off so that the stone can come to rest close to where he wants it. If they kept on sweeping to the end, it would then just run further on. Wee bit lucky there. Stone just a wee bit off the target where they wanted, but the Welsh team is still looking to try and get that one on the outside there. The other thing as well is that the way the ice is running, he's maybe thinking, well, if I can get one out there, it may be difficult for them to actually hit it, because maybe both teams are not sure what the ice is there. The sweeper's not active, but just ready to go, so
it's a good shot.
It is, isn't it? Is that the family preparing to exit the building, David, is
I
it?
think they're heading that way, so
Uh-huh.
we have a 3-year-old that is toilet trained but has a complete fear of public toilets.
Can you blame them?
No, not at all.
I haven't seen them. Don't take them to Munches Street.
No, that's fair play to him. He was going to hold it in until he got home, but I think half an hour might just have been a little bit too far, so he's all sorted.
Well done.
And that'll be something to play back for his 21st.
Yes. So the Welsh team are having the hammer, last stone advantage. At the moment they've got second shot, so if they continue like this, they would be looking to pick up their 2 and possibly a 3 if they can get maybe a wee hit and roll and a miss from the opposition. This looks as if it could be sailing past. Oh no, it's caught it. Wow. I was just making a comment, David, about the effort that the sweepers were putting in here. There was a stone took such a long time coming up, and clearly the sweepers had brought it right up, and it was just over the hog line. But a lot of effort put in by them.
Yeah, and I think fair play to the ice guys. They've got the ice running very quick this weekend, so yeah, sweeping's actually making quite a bit of difference to the stone, as opposed to, we've all been there them days that you just feel like you just may as well not bother.
That's right. I'll just stand and watch it. And the skips jumping up and down saying, "Sweep, sweep," and you're saying, "I'm not doing anything, I'm sweeping." Your arms are aching, the upper arms are aching, your shoulders are aching. And you say to yourself, I'm going to have to do this in 3 minutes or 4 minutes time again.
Standard club game.
Aye. No, if you're a skip, mind.
I didn't see what it was called here, John. Are we hitting or are we...
I'm not sure.
Interesting choice to go for the second shot. Not entirely sure the double's on. It's going to make me look silly, isn't it?
No.
Top 12, top 8 on the centre line, I suspect, here.
I think that last one is just a nuisance sitting out there. It's always there and it could always be counting, and if he got a hit and roll and come to the centre, that would have forced, there's always a chance that if Jameson hit him, he would then lock onto the back one, do you know what I mean? And so he's just got rid of what is a nuisance. I mean, some of these shots that hang on the outside, they then become counters later on, and you say, I wish I'd taken that away.
Yep.
I think we should go and get your kids to come through here and do some commentating. Aye.
I think you get very good rendition of Baba Black Sheep, or Baba Blue Sheep as it was at dinner time, actually.
See, you didn't get these conversations when you're watching Alba and curling, you see.
Eurosport can only dream of talking about Baba. That's, yep. So again, looking at the option for a double, but there's nothing obvious there. Yeah, I think just a hit and roll is about as good as they can do here. Doubles there, John? I think they're going for a hit and roll in front.
I thought they were just hitting and rolling to the centre, and then if they strike, they maybe take the back one out. This looks as if it's going to.
Just look at for a roll to the wing a little bit if they can. They'll be happy enough with that though.
Jameson appears to be in the driving seat, first two ends anyway.
Yeah, they'll just look to keep control of the game.
So we'll just move to the delivery and just see how he comes out the hack. Looks like just a nice draw shot. Oh, I'm not sure. The third is asking what's happening, and I have got an awfully bad feeling about this, that unless they can get it in the house.
There's a fair bit of shaking of heads there, but it never really looked there, did it?
No. Again, we're back to what we were told before, that the ice is that keen that the players are frightened to, or have concerns about the weight, because it was just a wee bit too much, it just goes through the house. So we're going to tell Nigel, the Iceman, that he's got too fast at ice.
I think you might get a shaking of the head. Look across the other sheets there with the scores on the right hand side. See, ignoring the stone in the house.
Jameson doesn't really put many front guards out or things like that.
No, that's it's
hammer.
straightforward. He's two up, isn't he? So play it in the house. They know the Welsh guys are going to stick a corner guard on. So if they go top, they would have ideally be looking for top of the tee line there. But stick it top four, stick a guard on, and all of a sudden you're giving the team problems constantly.
It's just all the different tactics of and people's outlook and the way they play the games, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just that security and I suppose belief you've got in your own team that you can afford to lose the ones, or you're going to force the other opposition into taking a one, and you're going to get one or two chances a game to take the twos. So they're quite happy to eke a game out. They're not looking for a big end to kill it. They're just if one comes up, they'll certainly have a look at it.
It's like slogging their way through a game, isn't it?
Exactly. And just keeping a constant pressure on. That wouldn't have been what they were looking for, though.
No, he was looking to be the top 12 somewhere towards the behind that blue guard there.
And there's a gap between these two stones. Not an ideal camera angle, unfortunately, but I think it's just stopped second shot. Clearing the guards, make sure there's no trouble coming from them later in the end. Be interesting to see what the Welsh team do here, whether they make a play at the back stones or whether they go a guard. That answers that question. Have you still managed to avoid the result of the qualifying, John?
So far, I just read something here on Facebook about the Gretna 10K that was being held today. I take it that it would be a choice between you doing that or coming here, and you gave way and came here. Was that it, David?
That was exactly. I just obviously 10k every single day. I just thought a day off would be fine.
Right, okay then. Is that around the boundaries of your farm?
I think that's more of an assault course just now.
In the tractor.
So again, just looking to peel this blue off. Got away with it. Just missed that back yellow. Having to draw up to these stones to try and get something going on this end, really. It's pretty good effort.
I wonder if that stone's out or if it's just hanging on the back there, David, and it might. It is just hanging in the back there.
I think it's third shot there as well, actually.
Mm-hmm. Hi, kids. Bye. We're saying bye to the kids. That's David's twins away.
I think I've got the easy job today, haven't I?
Well, you tell me that twins are demanding, David. Is that what you're saying?
They have their moments. They have their moments.
Just needs that last bit.
Yeah, it stayed really high, didn't it?
Did I?
There could be an awful lot of yellows hanging about in a minute, because I don't expect them to do anything other than try and take that blue out of there. They won't be bothered about losing any of the back yellows, quite honestly.
In actual fact, I thought that hitting that shot there and coming across towards us would have been quite a good option.
Yeah, a bit worried about that blue bouncing back in off the wingers though. Whereas if they hit and roll out the way the blue's disappearing, no matter how many yellows it takes with it. That'll do.
That's a good result. It really is.
Given every electronic device on this desk is just buzzed, I'm going to guess we all got the same WCF email there.
Oh no, that was
it's just about the mixed out in Switzerland. And picks the back yellow out as well. Good shot. So this end is tidying up quite nicely. And they'll certainly not be happy with that.
Where did all the yellow go while I was looking at my phone?
Look at the left hand side of the screen.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, not what they wanted at all there. And all of a sudden, this could be quite a good end for the Welsh team. That's quite a turnaround.
Unbelievable. And I've now found out the reason why when the big teams or the big games are being televised, why the announcers or not don't have to plitter with anything to do with microphones or anything else like that. It's because if there's a screw to be turned somewhere, somebody will play with it and it will drop off.
And it did.
And the equipment will fall to the ground.
It didn't seem to cause any permanent damage there, so that's good. Okay, so how many can we get rid of here if you're yellow? 2 or 3.
One. Wishful thinking would be 2 or 3. But I think they'll be lucky if they get 1.
I think all 3 can go there, John, looking at that angle.
There's been very few strikes which have went the way that the skips have wanted them to go.
Just the one. So a 3 in that end. We didn't call that one.
No. Quite amazing when you think of how many stones that Jameson had in the house at one time. And he'll be looking back on this and saying, how did that just turn round so quickly in about 2 stones or something like that?
Yeah, and that should see us have quite a different end now.
Aye. So the game has totally changed from what appeared to be going the way of the Yellowstones.
I'm just falling a wee touch short again. I think that's possibly the difference between the 2 teams. I think we're just seeing the Jameson rink hit that yellow off.
Sorry, say it again.
I think we would have seen the Jameson rink hit that yellow off that's just been played. I.e. no risks, get rid of it. We'll see a draw round here.
Aye, well done. Good shot. Maybe they would have been looking for a wee bit more, maybe just the shot hit stone staying in the house, but still got rid of the problem, didn't it? So they've got it all over again to do.
Yeah, it could end up playing just exactly the same shot in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean that it's wide? And
it's fairly cutting across though.
aye, it's not got the legs really. So are they looking for the double here?
I think they're just looking for the same again, John.
Right,
I think.
okay. I wondered whether or not he would have played and tried to get double using their blue, you know, so.
Yeah, just looking at the replay then, I think you might have been right there, John, actually, because they were sweeping that as they came in.
Right.
So maybe just overswung a wee touch. It's a good chance for the Welsh here just to put a wee bit of pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll be too disappointed if that guard's even a little bit shorter than where the brush is.
I was just going to say, I had it in my mind there that it seems a relatively short guard, if you know what I mean. So. A hole straight up through the middle there.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a sweeping error as well there. Just, I don't think it was ever getting back across to be a guard, so just make sure it's in the house.
Aye.
I think that brushed the guard.
I think you're right. And I think they were lucky that it must just have deflated and no more. Like,
I'm pretty sure it did.
it did, aye. It's moved it. That gap's a lot bigger than what it was before.
Quite an aggressive call. Although looking at the body language, I'm not sure that's what they called.
I think sometimes it's been kind of difficult to read the body language of the Welsh skipping that, and they just...
They never look too happy, do they?
He doesn't seem to get overly agitated either.
No.
You know, so.
Not quite what they were looking for, but it does a job.
So just a wee tap in this front one. I wonder if he's looking to get the double off it. Push that one to the right, catch the inside of it, push it to the right, and he would just swing across to the left behind the The yellow.
I think he might, but if he plays a straight tap to the forefoot, he's sitting pretty nicely in this end at that stage.
He's certainly not wanting to give the opposition the opportunity to hit the yellow onto his stone.
No.
So.
He's over swinging, I think. He's never had the weight.
No. Just saw a thing earlier on in the day and I was just thinking about it there, wondering how they're getting on. One of our former young junior curlers, Billy Green's granddaughter, Ashley Street, her parents emigrated to Australia a few years ago there. Australia started curling and Ashley's in the mixed team that's playing in Switzerland now. And I'm sure that I saw that she had travelled across Australia and then travelled out to New Zealand to get practice. So anybody from Kirkcudbright or Shankar or outside that worries about coming to Dumfries to practice should maybe think about it.
Or maybe stop complaining about half an hour's drive home at nights anyway.
There you are, so my apologies to anybody from Kirkcudbright or Shankar. Or even
They won't be
Middleby.
listening, John. You need electricity to listen to a webcast.
Any comments regarding that or answers, it's Mr. David Oates.
Have we had a draw down this side?
About 2 games ago.
Last night. There's a wee bit of discussion just exactly how much this one's going to move, or not, as the case may be. Certainly not as big a swing on this handle. Although I did see the ice tech speaking to Nigel between games, and they have tried to rectify what was one straight hand and one swingy hand. So let's see if it's worked. Well, they're sweeping it. This looks pretty nice. If it's got the right weight, it's perfect. What a brick.
Well done.
It's a great shot.
So we've got prima donna curlers out there asking for ice that suits them. They can just take the ice that we give them.
He's taking pride in his ice.
Fun?
He's taking pride in his ice.
He is, aye. That doesn't mean to say that we've got to have the ice the same as everybody else.
Well, I think there is actually a valid point in there.
Curling's a challenge.
There's not an easy shot here, is there? You're drawing the fourth,
I'm not
you're
sure
drawing
that
the
they
bottom.
can't get through that gap there.
I just wonder if it's too swingy right to left.
I don't know.
I think you'd have to be a fair weight, and if you do, you're not.
Power shot.
You're certainly not hanging about. Don't be that worried about hanging about, to be fair. If he spills out the rings, that'll be fine.
How many shots are to come? Is one each?
One of these days, John, they're going to be listening to us down there, and they're just going to stop the game and go, "Come on, then." Should do a wee Facebook video to that extent. Set one of these ends back up and see if either of us can actually play the shot.
Go back to what you said earlier on. If they just listen to us, they would win the games. Okay. Nobody said we had actually to play the shots. It was nearly past there. It really was.
And the good news is he's not bumped the yellow in the house, so
It was nearly past there. That was a good effort, though.
it's quite a swing there.
Well, Jameson never drew the shot in the first or second end, did he?
First
get
end,
two.
yep,
Yeah,
missed
first
his
end.
draw for a 2. I don't think he'll miss this one. Have his eye in now.
I'm not trying to jinx him.
Gonna have to make a sharp exit out the building if this one doesn't land in the rings. Anywhere on the paint for a 2.
It looks tight. Am I right or wrong?
I think you're right, John. I think he's okay though.
Well, there wasn't much in it, though.
Yeah, it's a good sweep.
Well done. Well done, the sweepers.
So 4-3 after 4. Gonna leave these graphics on and see how long it takes the update team to update.
So although we're in the fifth end of this game, we still see the players struggling with the weight. And just not just getting it as right as perhaps they would hope to do. The result is here is that there's a nice back there for the Welsh team just to fall into. The sweeper's working it hard. Nice wee result there, taking one out but also line, so you're near enough locked in to the oppositions there. So the game has now moved to the back of the head. And with the swinging ice, the skip's got to take that into account when he's looking for the end result on a stone. You can see the stone just moving across the ice there. Just gives you a better idea. And you can see that we've got a yellow just hanging on the back there. So the skip has got to place a lot of faith in the player that they will appreciate the draw of the ice and make sure that they put sufficient weight on it so that it collects that stone there and doesn't it's too light so that it's drawn out to the side of it. I don't know what happened on some other game, but certainly some of the folk in the lounge were getting quite excited about something that's been played. Wee bit to and fro at the back of the head here, David. Everything's been played just in the back 12 as we see it.
Yeah, I was just away having a chat to see what folk were thinking of the ice, but yeah, we still seem to have more of a swing on one hand than the other.
Aye.
On the plus side, we've got some cakes as well.
Oh, right. I'll have a look at my diet sheet later on tonight and see if I should have that or not.
I'll take a hit for the team if you need me to.
Right, okay.
It's in danger of turning into test match special. They always go on about cakes, don't they?
Do they? Right, okay.
Oof. A wee bit of head scratching at that one.
Shots like that lose you a game, don't they?
When you look from the angle from behind, it almost doesn't look possible, does it?
That was way, way too heavy. Doesn't mean I was just looking for a draw.
I mean, that's come down at barrier weight.
Aye.
That's an odd one.
I take it there's not a mist somewhere up halfway up the rink that they can't see one end from the other, no?
You know, yesterday we spoke about keeping a log of the games we've done. I think that's rating number 1 for harsh comment. But no, I mean that's quite an incredible shot, really.
It is, aye. I'm actually surprised that nobody's actually tried to attack this booth at times.
It's a concern. This looks a bit tight though. Just feathers it.
If it just been a few millimetres wider, it would have been a really good shot line onto that back blue. Jameson will just be hoping that it just doesn't catch it straight, and maybe a wee bit luck and he'll jam onto one of his.
And the wells you've got last stone here, chance to lie 3. Cactus right at the line 3 spread about the place as well, which did it miss the blue? I don't think the blue's there anyway. Took the back blue out at the same time.
So what's he got to do? Hit and roll, is it?
I think he's looking at having a slash at this, but I don't think the top blue that's biting the 4 foot will pass straight to the yellow, so it's relatively risk free to have a go at it. You can't really go across the top though, because then the back blue does jam the yellow, so I suspect we'll be seeing, trying to hit sort of a quarter or less of this stone on the outside, or just looking to hit and stick, hit and roll across.
This will be his last stone, isn't it? So he'll be looking to just hit and roll a wee bit to the right there.
I'll stand to be corrected. I think he might have another one after this.
Okay. Oh no. So close. There wouldn't have been much in it. through missing that blue?
No, no.
Thanks very much for that, David. I won't tell my dietitian, and neither will anybody else.
That was pretty tasty, I have to admit.
Mm-hmm. Going anywhere.
Well, I'm not quite sure what went wrong there because they tapped the other side of the forefoot.
All right.
Obviously, they wanted to split the house, so I'm not entirely sure how that came to land there. But it's made Jimison's shot somewhat easier.
So just hitting and rolling a wee bit to the right, just for one.
Yeah.
Looking for both of them, will he?
Yeah, the Welsh have last stone, so they'll. I think he will look for both here, John.
Right. Okay.
I think he'll just look to splatter both of them. And given he was lying 3 against not that many shots ago, I'm relatively happy with that as well. A few mistakes this end.
I don't suppose we could hand out those radios that you've got there and give them to the teams so that we can listen in on their debrief after the matches.
I would love to.
Right. That's an excellent shot. So do they clear that? Or they take it?
Yeah, I'll just try and peel it for a blank end now.
Fifth end. Saying that, fifth end, if you take 1, 4, peels.
No, they'll try and spin this out. Take the hammer in sixth end. Score a 2, force a 1, score.
Right.
Win the game.
Okay. I think this will hit and stay in the house.
I think he'll do well to do that, to be fair, looking at the angles. Rule number 1, don't hit the guard.
Aye, nearly sat in.
Just a list of the other scores there. All fairly tight this session, John.
They are when you look at them. Quite surprising, actually. I thought that there would have been a bigger variation.
Probably Sheet B standing out on that one.
Aye. I think that these games will be played to the end.
I don't think we'll be an hour and 10 minutes this session anyway. In fact, we've passed that already, haven't we? So we're definitely not going to be an hour and 10 minutes. This has got the setup of an interesting end, just to give it a kiss of death.
It's some time since we've actually had two guards out the front, isn't it? At the beginning, anyway.
Yeah. The third one joins them here, and we're set. But, they've called in the house. That looks quite a nice line, but it's just not finishing on that handle, is it?
No, you can see that there.
I think coming down the other side of the sheet, that gets fully buried. But there must be a swing. They're choosing to go down that side.
But they have been trying to put some more pebble in there just to raise that side.
Taking no risks, pushing the yellow through. Leaves a biter on the wings as well, which is always useful. We'll have take two at this drop. So we took a bit more ice than that last time, so we have brought the ice in. And just up and wait a wee touch, run straight, and run straight through as well. Not what they're looking for there. And gives the Welsh a chance to do the same, and interestingly they're coming round the other handle. They're really struggling to get their weight. There's another one pulling up short. So there was a lot of thought went into that shot. Unfortunately, to no avail. Shot goes through the back. So the Welsh look like they're trying to commit to stealing this end now. Throwing another guard on.
I see quite a lot of the skips putting their hands up to their ears now, as if to say, are you going to tell me what's happening down there?
Give me a clue. That's okay, that's fine.
Would you try to raise the yellow at this stage, David, or would you just try to open up the centre?
I think I would actually, John. I think I would play the raise in a way to open the centre up.
What, just a tap, or would you be looking for a drive?
Let's see if this... I think I would be looking to hit that. I don't think our telestrator's working, but let's have a go. No, it's not. I think what I would be looking to do is hit that yellow maybe 2/3 to 3/4 stone. Drive it back towards the blue, but make sure I'm on the wide side, because I think there's also a chance you could skinny the yellow into the blue and then run your shooter back into the house towards the blue that's sitting shot. Clear as mud. As we look at it, hit the yellow on the high side. I don't think they want to be narrow here. And guess what?
They are narrow.
Didn't look a lot of weight behind that, actually.
No, it didn't, no. Not as much as I thought they were talking about. But at the same time, because they never hit it square, you're perhaps not getting the best use of the force that was behind it. I mean, it did move it about, 4 foot to the side, so...
Guards the call. If there was a little bit more swing left to right, I think I'd be looking to actually just come down on top of my own shot. But I'm not convinced there's enough swing to get fully buried, so I think the guard's probably the right call here. Just on the mixed doubles line somewhere.
Yeah, you could be right, David. Needs to catch, I would say.
Second best place for this is through the rings, though.
Don't know about that. If
Well,
it had been slower and even if it had just nicked off that and went across to the left, it would have been okay.
Oh yeah, that would just mean the last thing you really want is it sitting back 4 on the centre line.
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
So then we're going for a freeze to the blue here. Interestingly, they've taken a bit of stones, less ice than they did before in this end, and they were trying to draw to the left hand side of the centre line. So unless it catches a swing, I'm not sure. It's a bit harsh from up here, but I just wonder if this is just maybe slightly too much ice. Be interesting to see if it swings from here. And I think, to be fair, we've got to put. We keep saying there's no swing on one side. That kind of puts it into context. I mean, they're still 4 foot,
which is enough.
It's certainly not poker straight.
And again, it depends on the rotation that you put on your stone as well.
The unknown factor.
See, it just died in there at the end of it. That's no bad shot. Could you just have done with that extra
just an inch less ice. Yeah.
40 centimetres on it. See how modern
that was good. Yeah, that was good. Because we've done with a wee touch less ice, but I could see why they were quite nervous about taking less ice with that cut. So.
Are they going to try and lift this out the back, are they?
I would think so. You don't want to get this one wrong. You don't want to get any shot wrong, to be fair. I don't think anybody's ever played to actually miss a shot deliberately, but you certainly don't want to be high on this one. Otherwise you're going to be lying 3 against when you come to play the last.
This
great stone.
It came okay. I was kind of concerned at the moment that it was actually drawn more, but good stone.
It's a really good stone, and it leaves a tempter on the right hand side to take both blues out. That's about the same ice as they took last time anyway.
Are they prepared to give up? Are they quite happy to lose a 1?
They'll be delighted to lose a 1, Jimison. Yep.
Aye.
So I think they're looking just to freeze up against this blue and then see what happens after that, really.
They certainly won't be wanting to lose a 2, you see. So, and I'm just thinking that's if they hit that blue out the way, that's what they're going to do, isn't it?
I'm surprised they've not gone for that, but they must. These camera angles can be a little bit deceiving, so they may not be able to see very much of the Welsh stone that was just played. And they've changed, so they're coming right round this blue now, is what they're sweeping for. Don't.
What's this?
I think the Vice is blaming himself for not sweeping that in time.
Or maybe sweeping it too much?
No, I think it was a call to get round that blue.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, maybe sweeping it too much, so they could have got locked in on that.
Right, okay.
It was an either or, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not a gimme this shot though. Last stone for a 3. Oh, Vice doesn't like it. Vice really doesn't like it.
Looks okay.
It's coming now. Is he going to hang around for the 3? I think it is. Well played. Big score of a 3, 6-4, 2 ends to go.
Game on, eh?
Well played end from the Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
Tight game over on sheet B still. See Team Bryce there doing their practice this session. A good view of the ice ball, that really, John, isn't it? The Olympic rings in this year. The middle rings that are in the colours of the Olympics. And all the way around it brings us onto sheet E, which is the game we're covering here. 6-4 to the Welsh. First stone. Don't be short. I think the Welsh skip was absolutely sleeping there. I would have been sweeping that right through the back.
I never saw what he was doing.
Called for the top 4 foot. Called for the top 4, and it just, everybody stopped, everybody switched off, and it's just biting at the back of the 12 foot.
Aye.
Yep, sweepers turned their back on it, and the skip wasn't even there, so Jimison Rink quite delighted to see that stop there. Delighted might be a bit strong, but happy enough.
Useful stone for them.
Useful stone, exactly. Into the 4 foot, and we'll see how much they want a double corner guard now, or whether they're just going to take that one out. They're just going to come in behind their own corner, so quite happy with the one guard.
I'm just looking at someone in the paper here, David. I see your Christmas present to the wife is being talked about.
Enlighten me.
The new flagship Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Genuinely, I think Linda's comment to that would be, I don't like estate cars.
Oh, right. It's not an estate car, is it?
I know it isn't, but that's the kind of comment I would get.
Oh, right, okay. All right, well, how about a Peugeot 5008 5008?
That's more of the style.
With wiped down plastic, especially for kids.
An absolute requirement. Or good boot space, one of the two.
Strange to think that plastic was what you got in cars. You just stuck to it.
Well played round the guard. Always in control of that one. At least 2 blues in the rings. And that's how much Jimison wants to gamble now. They need to get back into this game.
It must be sunny outside, David.
Ah, yes. Yep. The sun streaking across the ice there. It's changed from when we came in this morning, anyway.
Alright, the combines will be out in the fields. with the chains round about the back of them.
So looking for a freeze here. Looks pretty good, to be fair. Flush on the nose is perfect. Just not quite got the weight.
The game's slipping away from Jameson in some ways, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's. You could argue that's missing on the right side there in terms of at least it's a guard, it's nuisance factor, but gives the Welsh a chance to clear the guard, which is probably more the. I think this is the downside to only putting the one corner guard up.
I think the Welsh are going to put another guard in the centre, though.
No, they're peeling the corner guard off, John.
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
I'll be quite happy keeping this as clear as possible. I wonder if he'll be tempted to play a tap on the yellow here, or freeze the back blue.
Well, Jameson's got the advantage, last shot advantage.
Playing the tap. I think that's why I'd be preferring. There's no real point coming round them two centre line ones because it's always going to be in the way at that stage.
That's right.
So a wee double tap here. Back ring weight.
If you go back to your old curling tactics, which were basically, if they're at the back of the house, lie on them. If they're at the front of the house, move them through.
Them.
What other tactics is there? That's it.
Draw the butter. Just
looks
over,
good.
swing in.
Just enough.
Oh.
It's moved it back.
Oh dear, injury.
What happened there? Must have slipped.
I think it was.
Hurt his groin or
I think it
something.
was a wee bit of a slip and.
Oh, he slipped. Just maybe pulled a leg muscle or something like that. He's just lost his balance, I think, and then maybe stretched a leg.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was just after the stone set, but I don't think it was. Looking at it again, I hope he's okay. He's sliding back down now, so.
So will Jameson try a double there and hope to come across to the left-hand side?
I think he needs to build the end, John. To be honest, I think another wee
lie
tap
onto that
or
centre?
yeah, a lie of some description or. I think the Welsh maybe a wee touch greedy trying to get the double there. Just make sure the shooter didn't lie about. Let's put an awful lot. Well, let's put a couple more stones in play than needed to be here.
If he's not locked into this, the Welsh are just going to hit it, aren't they?
And if he is locked into it, they're going to hit the other yellow.
Aye.
And the Welsh won't be bothered about losing a 2 here. They're 1 up with if they do that, so. I think the double's there. Oh, it's definitely there, isn't it?
I would have thought so, aye.
I think they're close enough. I don't think there's a gap there, so you can play this pretty safely.
I think you could catch the inside of that right hand stone and come across and take both of them easy. He's coming another way.
I'm not sure what happened there. Oh dear. It's not looking easy way to score a 2 when you're lying 2 against with one to come here, is it? First to the skip stones.
Remember I said that I didn't think any of these games would shake hands?
Yeah, if we see another a steal of a couple here, I think we might see that.
I think so.
I think any less than that, though, there has been misses in this game. So 3 down, you probably keep going.
Well, in fairness to Jameson, we're prejudging because at the end of the day, he's still got 2 stones to come.
He's also got last stone and the 4 foot's open. Got to freeze the one on the back forward, do they not?
Well, it's either that or you hit the front 2 there. Hopefully you'll take the back one. That brings your outside one into play if you clear them all.
True. Yep.
And you would swing across to the left, so you're guaranteed. Yeah, theoretically you're 2 that way. Of
course, the yellow's actually 4th shot now, isn't it? Not 5th shot. So.
So if you don't get this one,
yeah, very much listen to your advice on this one, John, and not mine, just as well. I think it's the right call. Try the double, hit and stick. Might even spin the back blue out. It doesn't really matter about that one. Just needs to swing. Got to swing.
It's not happening.
I'm sure about the shoulders. Must be the ice's fault.
It just never drew the way that they probably anticipated that it drawn, did it?
And to be fair, we have seen them coming right to left quite hard.
Aye.
It's a good bit more weight than we've seen in previous shots. So.
That's right. I would feel a wee bit gutted there that you didn't get more than one, you know.
Yep.
I really do.
Aye, unlucky not to pick even the back one out there.
Aye. Depends where this one goes. If it doesn't go in the right place, Jameson's still got a chance of ace 2.
Stop sweeping it, boys.
It's a good shot, isn't it?
Drawing for 1. Hit the 4 foot for your 1.
percentages are, that's the only thing. No, unless he's thinking that he can skinny that front one there, but you know, if he hit the front blue and skinnied path, the second that one there with the brushes, but I think it would, if he skinned it, it would just go into the yellow on the side there.
I think even if your shooter's just going to disappear,
It
isn't
is,
it?
so
it's not going to stop.
So big shot here for Jameson. Really drawn to stay in the game. Gallagher extended his lead, 6-3. McNee. I'm pleased that Hermanches has scored against McNee as well. Just a young team getting some experience. So
what
well
kind
done.
of age are they, John?
They'll be in their teens, early teens and that. So.
Is this going to stop? Could have done without that bounce. I think it's going to be okay. Yep, it is.
You know, probably somewhere in about 14 to 16, I think. Blair and Morton, 7-2.
Bit of a turn up. Fraser Morton's been playing quite well this weekend. But
yesterday and that.
Certainly have been looking to win that game.
It's got quite a nice team as well, you know. So, all to play for in the last here, eh?
Got some very long guards in play now. I think the yellow is just over the line, but the blue tapping it into the house. Just going to switch across. We'll keep an eye on that game, but just switching across to another sheet, just to watch the end of the Gallagher Hare game. I think that one's. I think there's more stones through that than it maybe looks like at the moment. peeling guards off. So this is both games are in the 8th end. I suspect we'll see similar ends in both games. John, I'll put you on the spot here. What would you be playing if you were blue on the Gallagher Hare game? Would you be going for the guard, or would you be taking the stones out the rings? There's 2 stones in the rings behind Hamish there. You took the guard off. You got away with answering. We're watching 2 games now. Technical. I think these are the only 2 games that are left on the ice. Do you want to call the extra end in the feature game already, John? Or you back the Welsh to draw the button?
There's an extra end as well, isn't it?
As it lies at the moment, anyway. So a few stones to come. But I think we're getting to the point. I think if these two yellows go, in the Gallagher Hare game, which is one with the purple rings, I think that is game. Looks like Jack Strawhorn holding the brush anyway. So if Hamish gets rid of these 2 yellows, I think that is us. Gotta get rid of one though. Gotta get rid of one. Well, appeals the best they're going to do it. I'll just check the score. Yep, and he has got a 3-shot lead, so he just needs to get rid of one more. Pretty clear in the middle of the game though. So you'd expect the Welsh to see it through from here.
But we've seen time and time again that shots that we thought were dead certs, and all of a sudden a wee miss, and the game has changed. See, that's a good shot there by Jameson. Sitting in the front there.
Still got the 8 foot to hit though.
Aye, but we've seen them sailing through.
We've seen them not make it either.
Aye, so you have to turn around and say, are the sweepers no up to it? Are they no reading ice right? Is the skip not, or is the player not playing enough weight in the stone, or?
Is this one of Fraser Hare's going to finish? It's not bad. You can see half stone at least though. So that's for the game. Gallagher ring well supported up here, so I suspect we'll hear it if they make the shot.
I would think so. How much space there, I thought? Not much space at all.
Looks okay. Picks it off, and that'll be handshakes.
That was a well played shot because it was tight in there.
So we'll go back to our main game and see this one through. There's another yellow in there.
See, it might seem strange, but I would actually have preferred that stone was actually back onto just touching the 12 foot there, because the further back they are, the more chance you have of missing them. Just with the way the ice is drawn and
that. Just got to make sure, no prizes for being on the high side here. Be a wee bit narrow and take the guard off. It's not ideal, but it's not a disaster either. I think that's fine. I don't mind that. He's going to have a bit of pressure on his last shot though, isn't he?
I still would have preferred if I'd been playing to have taken that back yellow away.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Moving to the side and that, and we hit and roll in that, and that you would have been putting a lot of pressure on the opposition. What are they doing? Putting a guard in the front, are they?
Top 8, I think.
I was sure that I wouldn't have tried that blue and hit and rolled off it to the centre. Especially if it's beaten my left hand yellow at the front.
Yeah, as you say, well, I suppose you can lie the game by being an 8 foot with this one.
Is this his last shot?
No, second last.
So if you hit that yellow, that red, blue, sorry, I'll eventually get a colour right. He must be unsure about himself.
Super's on it fairly quickly. It's over swinging.
Yeah, if it's no in, it's dead.
Should have hit it. Should have hit it. The only thing it has done is cover the yellow, though.
It's a draw into it, so it's a draw inside, so...
Still got to make it.
Right, but... well, he's getting his one out it. He could have had the two and won the game. Like.
We're just dreading the extra end now, aren't we? That's the stage
I wish I put my watch on. Oh, well, there's
10 past 4. Yeah. Given we're on 5 minutes early, so we're at 2.25 hours, and we've still to finish
right,
the eighth end.
okay, right.
Got me on my soapbox again.
Okay, right.
It's not been the quickest game in the world.
It's short, is he?
Got to go with this.
Great shot. Great shot.
It's just going to an extra, this, isn't it?
Should listen to me. I think that's a difficult shot the way everybody's been playing in that. It's got to play up the left hand side on the straight side and try and hit it.
I think it could take a few minutes until we have a decision here.
No. I take it I'm right in that the blue is beating you. And that we're not got it wrong.
I would say so.
Uh-huh. Is that camera that we've spent 20 minutes and quite a lot of ladder journeys up still no working right?
It's working okay. It's just having a wee moment to itself.
All right, a flaky. Anyway, on a different note, I would just like to wish my daughter Gillian and her fiance Scott all the best for the future. Congratulations on getting engaged and for having publicly announced it.
Yeah, you kept that quiet today, John.
Oh, you could say that.
Yeah, congratulations today, man, you.
Well, it's very helpful that I've now got somebody else to help me cut the grass and clean the roads and things like that, you know. So
Ideal.
That's what son-in-laws are for, right?
I'm just not making any comment to that before I get in trouble.
Oh, right, okay. Anyway, in all seriousness, best of luck to you, and hope everything goes well for you. Here we are, David. Brave shot.
It's a fair shot as well.
It is, isn't it? It's really an all or nothing shot, isn't it? It just could have done with about another 10 centimetres, 4 inches or something like that, couldn't it?
Could, yep. That camera's not really helping us to see it, but he's not going to see much of that, is he?
No. And it's not on the best side for a straight hit either, is it? Looks as if he's just drawn to it.
He's going to have to back 4 weight.
Aye.
Made his decision very quickly up the ice. Left the vice to take the ice, so
What end's this?
the last, hopefully. 8th end.
Oh, sorry, that's that. That's why I was at the opticians the other day there, wasn't it?
This is tight to
He's
the guard.
short. He's short.
It's tight and short.
Oh no.
It's a steal of the 2 to win the game. We were wrong, it wasn't an extra.
Aye.
So that concludes our coverage of this afternoon. We'll be back at 6 o'clock, and essentially we'll have a look through the fixtures and see what matters, see which one to show.
Isn't it?
So hopefully we'll see you at 6 o'clock tonight. If you're in the Dumfries area, certainly pop into the Ice Bowl, but if not, carry on watching it online.
Bye.